This is the Vintage Talkshow with Femi Akintunde-Johnson.
Number the bum bum bum. Number the bum 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 bum. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. You're welcome to the Vintage Talk Show with the Fudge and friends. It's going to be a great day today, the 17th day of May 2025. Year is fast speeding. My name is Femi Akintunde-Johnson. My friends call me Fudge. I'm your anchor this morning. While I'm waiting, my friends, I have with me dark and lovely Esife Arogundade this morning. Good morning, Esife.
Good morning to everybody. Welcome to another great day, another great and lovely show. Welcome to our my co-presenter, Mr. Fad, and others are yet to join us, but they are still welcome.
Okay, okay, Esife. Okay. Nice. There's always something different when the sphere comes on early in the morning. Okay, my co-presenter, let's get ready for. Okay, I mean that will be a little bit later. First, I would like to share with you some of what we have on the bill today. Likely going to have to chat with a guest if he shows up, and our Niger trends as usual, entertainment news, and headline reviews. Hopefully, to be a full package, right? Because here we always speak truth to power and we shit on dark sports. Now let's listen to our first song to take us into quote for the week and brain teasers, or is it knowledge booster we call it. Here is Lawrence and the Covenant. They say something called African Praise Medley. As the medley goes on, Lawrence and the Covenant. Lovely. Indeed, a medley. Let's share some thoughts. Quote for the week. And it says, "You cannot name a child that is not yet born." That's old story. Is it fair? Don't people do that now? They give names before the child is
Yes, so
even
they do.
3 months old. In the pregnancy is already giving all kinds of names. But our ancestors say you don't name a child. What is it? Not yet born. Essentially, what they're saying is crucial in planning anything, in executing anything worthwhile. We need to be patient. Mm, you cannot name a child one is not that is not yet born. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's talk about the knowledge booster. What have you heard or read? Blue whales are the largest creatures to ever roam the earth. Blue whales are the largest creatures to ever roam the earth. I will put it through the grinder, and the fact checker says it is true. Hmm. It goes further that blue whales' biological name, Balaenoptera musculus, Balaenoptera musculus, are the largest known animals in Earth's history, reaching up to 30 meters. That's about 100 feet in length and weighing over 180 tons. That's like 400 pounds. I mean, a car weighs like four, 3, 4. A big car, a fairly big car. That's like times how many? Right. Times 8, 9. Wow. And no known dinosaur was as heavy as that blue whale. I pray never to meet such creature. Yeah, we are making noise here too. Is it fair?
Yes,
I suspect you are ready for us.
I am ready.
Okay, I do not know why your colleague, your co-presenter, Omolara, is not here yet. We expected her because we got her materials and all that. But we'll start. In showbiz, they say the beat goes on. So let's go.
Glam and charm of 11th AM VCA. It was a star-studded night at the 11th AM VCA, held at Eko Hotel, Lagos. Seven Doors by Femi Adebayo
Hmm.
clinched Best Lead Actor, Best Lead Actress, and Best Music Score. Lishabi The Uprising by Lateef Adedimeji took Best Indigenous Film West Africa, Best Art Direction, and Best Makeup. Freedom Boy by Blessing Uzi won Best Movie. Lifetime awards went to Nkem Owo and Sonny Mwazu. Other winners include Gabriel Afolayan, Mercy Aigbe, and Kayode Kasum, with Christmas Lagos, Inkabi, and Bukashi also bagging honors. Congrats to everybody. Well done, well done.
Congratulations. What is quite interesting is I don't know if you saw it, the follow up to the award when Chioma was near tears,
Yes,
exclaiming
yes.
that it's her first major award,
Hmm.
and she had to do it. Being an Igbo lady, she has
Yes,
won it in a Yoruba movie.
yes, so
It's uh,
credible,
it's
yes.
phenomenal. That's good. That's great. Congratulations. I've watched part of Seven Doors. I think it was a good cinematic enterprise. And I also watched Lishabi. It's also a lot of magic, a lot of razzmatazz, and pyrotechnics and all that. It was quite enchanting that our people can get that kind of level. It's good. Congrats to everyone, including the nominees
Yes, sir.
and those who didn't make it. It's always another time. We are all winners, as they say. Yes, let's move on.
Ice Prince. I wish I could quit smoking. Rapper Ice Prince has opened up about his struggle with quitting cannabis. On the Connecting Minds podcast, he admitted that knowing how to roll has made it hard to stop. He regrets learning it, saying he might have been a moderate smoker or none at all if he
We
didn't
didn't
know
know
how.
how.
I don't mix it with anything, but I smoke whenever I wake up or eat the studio, he said.
Are you sure he mentioned the substance? He told the world that it's cannabis.
Yes, yes, cannabis, yes.
Ah, people are strong nowadays, though. Now, time some things are mentionable. You know. Okay. Uh, as can you give ice prince? It's already too late. You know. Good that is sharing the experience with others. Maybe the younger ones will learn and be able to refrain and stop rolling stuff. The mistake. Uh, I don't know if you can hear me, but we got online co-anchor, an analyst, Alex Ogundadegbe. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, sir. Your voice is breaking, but I think I can hear you slightly.
Ah, so so are you? We can't hear you.
Good morning.
Oh
I
my.
Good
hear
morning,
me.
Mr. Alex.
Isife, good
I
morning.
don't
How are
know
you?
why we can't hear Alex.
I am fine, thank God.
Alex, don't give up. Keep on talking. We'll find a way of
He's talking, but his voice is low.
is low. Is low.
I can hear you. I'm going to try and adjust my
Eh,
microphone. See if it will be better. If it will be better.
okay, it's not your microphone. It's the booster. You know, I just boosted it now, so we can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay, so can you repeat what you said? Aha, better.
Yeah, I was just saying good morning to everybody, and I'm happy to be here this morning.
Thank you. You are welcome. We are just on the second or third story of entertainment news. We are not too late. Yes.
Great.
As if can we go on?
Fino reveals daughter's face. Fino has finally shown fans the face of his daughter as she turned two. The rapper posted heartwarming pictures and videos online, writing, Big Two, happy birthday, my love. Though he announced her birth in 2021, this is the first public reveal. Fans and industry colleagues flooded the comments with warm wishes and praise.
Okay.
Happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday to they call it Fino.
Yes, yes, to Fino's
Fino's
daughter.
daughter. I don't know why anybody is craving to see the child's face. What do they want to do with the face? You know, the guy should have kept it for another 10 years. Let them be craving. That's the problem. Anyway, congratulations to the thought, and we pray she grows up well and great. Yes, let's have some more. Maybe I'll read some of Omolara's pieces, but let's go with yours. Continue.
Akintunde-Johnson escapes robbery in Lagos.
Hmm.
Actor Akintunde-Johnson narrowly escaped a robbery in Lagos on 8th of May. Three armed men attacked his car while he was stuck behind two trailers. He
Hmm.
shared a video of the damage and credited his alertness for his escape. This marks his second brush with robbers this year.
Wow.
He's urging drivers to stay vigilant on Lagos roads.
You'll have divulged the area it happened. so that we're more vigilant. Oh my. Three robbers that we don't know whether it's midnight or daytime and all that. We need more information though, to be more vigilant. We need more information. Eh? Well, we thank God for
Thank
Akintunde
God.
Johnson's life. That the underworld men did not get him. Please be careful. Uh, ah, wow. Okay.
Mm.
Jumoke George, I have no home. My child is missing. Veteran actress Jumoke George broke down in a recent interview, revealing she lives in a church, battles illness, and can't afford treatment. Worse, her first child, Adiola, has been missing for 4 years. Despite it all, she cares for her grandchildren. I've done all I can, she said, appealing for help as medical bills pile up.
Yeah. And then we have an update on Jumoke George's condition, circumstance, filed in by Molara. It says reunited. Jumoke George's missing daughter found in Mali. After 4 years of heartbreak, veteran actress Jumoke George has found her missing daughter, Adeola, in Mali. Jumoke had revealed on Talk B that Adeola disappeared after leaving Ibadan for Lagos. Now 41, Adeola recently reached out asking for forgiveness. Jumoke, who is battling health and financial challenges, said she spent every spare kobo searching. The host, Biola Adebayo, confirmed the reunion via video call. So there was relief at the end of the day that they could speak to her. And then some have been helping her. That's Jumoke's condition, financial condition, and some have been owning her. We trust Nigerians. As some are helping, some are unhelping, you know. But God sees the hearts of men, and uh, the truly, genuinely troubled will find peace. Thank God that they have reconnected. A 41-year-old woman somewhere in Mali. Many of our Nigerians are. They just brought some back from, is it Cote d'Ivoire? About 40 something or 50 something, trapped there. Apparently, this lady is also trapped in Mali. Some of the conversations I've heard, her passport is somewhere. She couldn't call, there's no phone and all that.
Yeah.
And we are
Keep
subjected
us
to all
praying.
kinds of things all over the world. Ah, it's all for this search for golden fleas. Yeah, African countries do. It's now another pot of pain. Ah, wow. May God help us all.
Amen.
Okay. Do we still have more from you?
Yes,
Okay, go ahead.
Adichie to headline Things Fall Apart Festival.
Okay.
Chimamanda Adichie will headline the first ever Things Fall Apart Festival in Enugu from 29th June to 5th July. Organized by the Center for Memories and Ncheta Ndigbo, the event celebrates Chinua Achebe's legacy through art, drama, and discourse. Adichie will deliver a keynote on gender and human dynamics in Achebe's work. The week will also feature a recreated Umofia village, stage plays, and the 1987 cast of Things Fall Apart.
Fantastic. Anything to honor the great icon of
Hunter,
Nigerian
yeah.
literature is well deserved. Uh, it's we grew up, you know, lapping and swallowing everything about Chinua Achebe. Things fall apart, no longer is all sorts. Alex, you remember things?
Yeah, I read things fall apart right from secondary school through university. And I also
Mm,
used some of
mm,
Achebe's work in my undergraduate thesis. So I think I'm a bit familiar with
yeah,
his work.
yeah. He's a great writer. Simple
But
but
there's
profound.
an angle. Chimamanda is seen as his successor in literary
Yeah,
works. A lot of people see her as a
Mm-hmm.
successor.
Mm-hmm. And she has done very well for herself too.
She
Some of
has.
her works have been critically acclaimed and all. I
That's right.
I doff my hat for her. Okay, let me take one or two from Lara's file. It says Davido says, if I wasn't a musician, I'll be a journalist. Okay, now
Hey.
Afrobeat star Davido says, if he hadn't gone into music, journalism would have been his thing. In an interview with Atlanta's 96.1 The Beat, he revealed his love for media, marketing, and conversation. I like promo. I like to talk. I studied marketing. If I had a podcast, I'll go 3 days straight. He laughed. He stressed that media interaction is key to success. That's why he says his numbers don't lie. The young man is dreaming. And it's also
They
okay.
play my fast.
It's okay. You can't, I mean, you don't need to stop. You can still do your podcast while you do your music. Alex,
He
there are
appears
people
to have
that,
that
those are-
drive in him. If you watch his promos, he seems to be a
yeah,
natural when it comes to promoting things. So I actually believe what he says.
okay. So those are people keen to join your profession. Yeah, a dream of joining your profession.
Plenty of
Is it a
room.
good one or the whole sky is wide? Okay. Last story on entertainment news is from for Funke Akindele, honored by the Hollywood Reporter. Filmmaker Funke Akindele has been named one of the most influential women in international film by the Hollywood Reporter. A foreign magazine, newspaper or something. She shared the news on social media, expressing deep gratitude. Funke wrote, this isn't just a moment to celebrate, it's a call to keep creating and lifting others. She joins 45 other visionary women recognized for shaping global cinema. So we say congratulations to Funke and all the honorees.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Pleased
Yes,
to
big
be mentioned
congratulations to her.
by a reporter. Mm,
Very big congrats.
yeah, yeah. So also here we say kudos. And that's the end of our entertainment beats. Remember, you can join us in our conversations. The number to call is 0913 697 3485. The number again, I say, is 0913 697 3485. We'll take a short break and be back with headline reviews.
So, did you follow the jam crisis?
It was?
The jam crisis.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Very much so. The
Um,
different dimensions of it.
in fact, the dimensions in which it's going now, it's becoming very unpleasant. Um,
Yeah.
because Oloyede is Secretary General of an Islamic group, they're now saying it's a religious thing, all
Uh,
kinds of angles.
it's to be expected, when they say Ijokurin, Orishishi of Belumayo, and the demise of the elephants, all kinds of knives will come out. They expected. They'll wade through. All is important is to be transparent and be honest. It will blow over and be fair. You know, admit your mistakes, correct it, and move on. Why is this Utomi's shadow government in worrying? How is it going to be? How is, it's all rhetoric. It's all talk. Well, I don't know why they're worrying. They'll bring their opinion. Let them talk. Let them meet. Huh? I don't know why government will punch Belakisa.
And of
I'm
all
trying to.
bodies, of all agencies, the DSS is going to court
Hey,
over it.
that's suing. That's suing.
What's the meaning of that? I mean, they should go and check the meaning of a shadow government. It's what they do in parliamentary systems to ensure that the government keeps
Yes,
on its toes.
yes. I don't see any big deal about that at all. We'll talk about it later. I don't know. I don't understand that problem. Everything they get worked up over. Okay, we're going back on live. Yes, we are back. That was false with his pal Zoro on Naira to dollar. Yeah, well, we're back. This is the headline reviews of major newspapers in Nigeria. And we lead with this Saturday Punch. And it leads with insecurity. Stop sacrificing our children. Parents of military personnel tell government. Hmm. And one of the kickers says, none of my relatives will join the army, says a widow. Wow. Hmm. Then
But you
defense
know
chief blames porous borders to this invasion.
what
Yes,
bothers
Alex.
me? What bothers me is we seem to prefer boots on the ground against technology. You know, we're in an era of technology. You don't just send a detachment of soldiers into a zone that's dangerous without proper reconnaissance, you know, and their technology is available. There are drones, there are satellite links, which can be used. I don't know why we're not looking at that angle.
Hmm. I don't think that they are not looking at it. I think they are working on it. And technology also is quite expensive. The CDS, the chief of defense staff, was quoted the other day, I beg your pardon, during the week saying that the president has invested a lot of money in technical and other weapons and all that, and they're deploying them as it were. I understand that they deploy weaponized drones now, just as the bandits are allegedly doing also. So I think acquisition of those technology, it's not easy to get, but I know that they will be. I mean, they can't be oblivious and say all they do is put boots on the ground and all that. So I'm sure they are trying to acquire and deploy such technology. But we are still a third world country, limits to access to such high-end technology.
Yeah.
It's a killing field there.
But again,
Uh,
when you look at the amount of money they waste on other things, you wonder if we're
mm,
not misplacing
mm.
our priorities.
It's difficult to cherry decide which is right and which is not, or what they are doing and all that. And usually, there's always secrecy about military operations and all that. I mean, understandably so, and all. Please, you can join us in this discussion. Alex and I are talking about headline reviews of major newspapers this day. And the number to call is 0913-697-3485. The number again is 0913-697-3485. We would love to hear your views. Another story, um, another story that I'd like to share, which is quite Saturday. I said Lagos couple in a messy divorce battle. I married the devil, says the husband. And the wife says, I have 4 months to live after abuse. Uh, that's what they call it, irrevocably broken down affairs. And is the front page of a national newspaper. Uh, wow,
It's a
wow.
trend,
Well,
if you ask me.
mm,
Um, there's a lot of conflict on the front. My wife, incidentally, is a marriage counselor, and sometimes she laments some of the cases she's dealing with. You find a lot of, especially young people, uh, Generation Z. Some of them are they're getting married now, and they're taking a lot of their exuberance into the marital front, and they're getting a lot of conflicts as a result. You can imagine people married barely a year, months. They're already infighting and talking about divorce. It's a whole lot. And the
yeah,
cases are so
yeah,
many, you'll be amazed.
yeah. Just along that line of thought, it's a story in the front page of Weekend Trust, and it leads with its second lead story actually, and it says young Nigerians under burden of hypertension.
Mm.
Young Nigerians under burden of hypertension. I, I mean, we used to believe that used to afflict elderly people.
Yeah,
Now,
like
young
me.
people
What my
also hypertensive. Now, people younger than your age, far younger than your age, you know, it's from your age that will be saying, have you used medicine and all that. But our people that are in their 20s and 30s are having hypertensive cases. It's so odd. And I'd
It
like to
is.
welcome on the stage this Akindamola Adeboye. Good morning, Akin.
Good morning, Uncle Faj. Good morning, Alex.
You're
You're,
welcome.
wel- you're
Thank you.
welcome. Uh,
Thank you.
we are talking about young Nigerians under burden of hypertension. You probably do not, you don't. I don't think you fall into that category. But they say people younger than you are already filled with all kinds of hypertensive issues and all that. What could be the root cause of this? Is it Nigeria that's happening to us, or what?
Well, I don't think it's only in Nigeria. Across board, all over the world, that's what's happening now, and we keep on having young people having stroke. Uh, they keep on being hypertensive. I think generally it's the lifestyle, the environment, and it's affecting everything. The lifestyle, the environment. People were not living a sedentary lifestyles before, but now, I mean, you find people sitting at a spot for 4, 5, 6 hours at a go, and from that place, probably take a bike or a cab or something to where they are going. They don't walk. They don't. So it's the whole lifestyle is affecting everybody. The whole lifestyle, and of course, for some,
Yeah,
it's in the blood.
yeah, I understand. There's a school of thought that I also believe is from what we eat. We take a lot
Yeah,
of
that,
carbs,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
don't take enough
That's part of the lifestyle.
vegetables.
So yeah, that's part of the lifestyle.
Yeah,
That's part of the
I understand.
and there's
We
this
need to
controversy
change.
about salt. Salt. They say
So
too
there
much salt
controversy.
in your diet can lead to it. But you know the
There's no
irony about
controversy. Oh.
it? When
Yes.
doctors say when a patient who has just suffered a stroke goes through immediate treatment, what they give the patient is saline. Now, saline is an
Yeah.
intravenous version of salt. So I don't really understand some of
Yes.
these, you know.
You
Well,
know.
there's
You
no
know what
conclusive
Yoruba people
evidence.
say. Oh, you know what Yoruba people say. Omo nola and run no. When it
Monsignor.
becomes a crash program, you shoot to kill. So that one is okay. That's for an intervention. But as a lifestyle, I mean, the older you get, the less salt you should take, and oil, and what again, and sugar. You know, the
Sugar.
young folks will not agree. You know, but you see, and they are now on the cover pages of newspaper for suffering hypertension. Okay,
but,
we move
but,
on
sir, you know,
to Saturday
okay.
Independent. Yes, what did I know?
Yeah, but this interesting thing was that ever since I was in primary school, that was in primary 3 or 4, I believe, my father stopped us using sugar in the house. And it became a lifestyle for us. Now, my children, they don't take sugar, except they take it through other means. I mean, raw sugar. They don't add it to tea, they don't add it to the pap, nothing. And I think it helps, a lot, because
Yeah, yeah.
people adding sugar to things and stuff like that one. And I mean, for over 40 years now, I've not consumed sugar in its raw form, and it's interesting. I believe I'm the better for it.
Mm,
But you know, the
mm.
idea is moderation. I once went to the clinic, I was feeling weak. They did a blood test, and my sugar level was very low, and they were
Hello.
panicking. They were
Oh,
panicking that you can't
mm.
have this level. You can't go and see a doctor. Go. I just say, calm down. I know what to do. I just went to take a soft drink, and I relax. So
And
the idea is
yeah, the flip side to it is even when you abstain from taking sugar in its raw form, most of what we drink and what we eat
Yeah.
contains sugar.
Aha.
You know, in
Sugar
any case, they contain
already.
sugar. So if you can do away with the granules one and all the other ones, it will help us. You know. Anyway, thank God for you survived that sugarless period, and you are here with us. The story I take from the Saturday Independence is just one, and it's a very funny one. It's Nigeria has enough resources to banish hunger and poverty, says Obasanjo. I think he was given a paper yesterday at Dele Momodu's 65th colloquium, or is it conference? I mean, symposium or something of sort. And I always laugh when former leaders talk like this. This man ruled us for 8 years, and he did a
even more
lot.
than 8 years. You forget that he was military head of state.
And he was a good guy, yes. Will he have done much more? Will he have set Nigeria on a much better plane? Yes, I think so. I think so. I think some people should stop talking about what will have been when they, were,
I mean,
when they are part of the problem. You know?
Uncle, it's funny to me. Baba keeps on grandstanding every time, and I find it funny. For 8 years, you were the president. Even the road to your state from Lagos,
We're
you
going
refuse to pay.
to
You come to
oh
you
God.
from Abuja, you come to Ikeja, and you fly an helicopter from Ikeja into Abeokuta
And
and fly
plus,
back. I mean, and you now come and you now start telling us what to do. When we are there, what were you doing? Were you
You're
blind?
right. I
Or
live
were
a
you?
stone's
I mean,
throw from the area you're describing.
I mean, Now we don't take the Ota Road to Abeokuta again. We take express Shagamu interchange. I mean, it's amazing.
It's
And you now
unmotorable.
come on here. I mean, and you now
And
come and you can't keep on
you
standing
have
telling
it.
us what to do. You know, the
Yeah,
Yorubas,
yeah.
apologies to the elders in the house. They have a saying, and to my dash of funny, tonu elangu. As in, if someone wants to advise you, you look at the person. Are you taking the advice in the first place? He was there for 8 years. He was not taking the
Eh,
advice. He's now coming here to give us advice.
eh, well, it's a good morning to our new entrants, our development advocates and legal experts. Joy, I don't know why he's happy this morning. I don't know. I think he's used to beating. They've been beating. Is he smiling and looking good? Good morning, Bosun or Osifowora. Good morning, this morning.
Good morning, Uncle Fad. Good morning, Mr. Alex. Good morning, Mr. Aki. Good morning, listeners. It's a great pleasure to be here. We'll come back next season
Well,
as we normally come.
yeah, as you as you usually. Oh, I like some of the before we let's not forget. Just let me add this, please. I like poking Bosun about his boogie team. Uh, there's this situation where when you read commentaries or memes.
The studio is freezed already. Wow.
Technology. If I don't bust now. Our head is struggle.
Go.
And this is well.
Did you watch the match yesterday? Chelsea, Man U.
Rubbish match. But the goal was good.
Yeah, it was.
In fact, I was watching more of Aston Villa at the Tottenham almost got relegated.
Yes.
They are 17. It's sad.
Not doing well at all. At all.
I think it's this Europa that will help them.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
We can hear you now. We can't see you.
The network.
We can't see you.
Okay.
We can't see you.
Oh, you can't see.
Yeah.
Well, is important?
Okay,
It's
yes,
that
now.
you hear me.
Yeah,
we can see you now.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Meanwhile, music is playing on to block the space. I will rejoin shortly.
Uncle Fad, Nani got to select.
I used to about 20 years ago. I used to be in your shoe. I used to be in your shoe. I used to suffer with you.
Really?
You can't
imagine.
Yeah, I used to. Yes, when Kanu was there.
I've been there since then. Now, since I write.
I don't have your capacity. I don't have your tenacity.
But it's people who are supporting Millwall now, and they have not left.
And people
Well,
are
it's good.
supporting Man U and
Some people,
Tottenham, and they've not left.
yeah, I know. I followed Nigeria to Chelsea, and then I found home there. I like their spirits.
Funny
Williams
enough, I don't
is
watch Nigeria.
with
I don't even.
okay.
Those ones don't know what they're doing.
Okay. Yeah, we're going back. Oh man. Be there still. The last music was Davido. He said, "Be there still." Okay, thank you for hanging in there with us. We are back. I'm back with Bosun, Osifowora, and Akindamola Adeboye. Somehow, Alex will rejoin. It's Nigeria happening to us all. Well, it is well. It will be well. The Guardian has why Nigeria's strategic grain reserves can't boost. There is nothing to chew there. UTME glitches. We come back to that. The Sunday Times says shadow government. 500 lawyers to defend me against the DSS. Says Utomi. Uh, they just all is out here about shadow government, shadowy government. I don't know why DSS is worried about people who talk. They can only talk and let them people talk and make suggestions for government. That's what shadow
No, Uncle
government.
Fad,
That's what
Uncle
they.
Fad,
Eh?
that thing
Yeah.
is subversive. If you allow it to
How?
fester, you'll be shocked at the problems it will create. See, we
Exactly.
cannot hide or shy
Enlighten.
away from the fact that the country is divided already. Everybody's just looking for
Mhm.
where to hide. So for me,
Mm.
we practice a presidential system of government. There are ways you criticize in this system of government. You don't create something else and then the problem I have here. They'll go and start fire that they will know how to contain. That's just the thing. So
No,
so I'm siding with the DSS. Do things properly. Even Bible says, let things be done decently and in order. Do the right thing. There are ways you criticize in this system of government. If you want it otherwise, go to the parliament, get the whole constitution changed to the other system of government, the prime ministerial one, where you can now have shadow
yeah,
cabinet. Simple.
the parliament,
Face
the
what you have,
parliamentary.
live with what you have, parliamentarian system, and then that's it. All this all these subversive ways of doing things, it's not the way to go. And if it starts, so, they don't know where it will end. Bible says that when you start problem, it's like pouring water from a drum. You don't know how far it will go. So let's just stay with what we have. I've seen people that are following Burkina Faso, Mali. Those who saw military in Nigeria will never pray for a second military rule. So it's just like that.
They
No, but so I
are
support
young.
you 100% because I mean a part who told me I thought by now a part who told me would have started maybe like a local government chairman show us how a local government would run or a house of rep or a senate or stuff like that one, but it's for me a part who told me is just practicing what I will call kindergarten activism because it's all shades of wrong. You and for me, I think the frustration of some people over not having a hold of on the government is now boiling over. The frustration, because it's obvious. You were with the guy before. You were with him. Is it that when he got into government, he stopped listening to people, and you people thought, okay, if we can't have it, we'll rather make everything
Spoil it.
ungovernable? Because I don't understand why
Well,
you now say you are setting up a shadow. Who are the people in the shadow government in the first place? What have they done? Except you have done it in the private industry, which does not translate into public, because it's a different ball game entirely. You might think it is good how you run a company. Come to the public space and come and run it like that. It doesn't happen. You can't translate it that way. It doesn't happen.
well,
So for me,
I
just
I don't share both your fears. I don't share both your fears and doubts. Even if you examine it, you pour water from a drum. You don't know how you lead. What they are mostly talking about is about talk shop. They're following a shadow government. I mean, I don't think it's anywhere as bad as being subversive as Bosun suggested. I mean, uh, I don't
The
think.
motive, sir.
I
The
don't
motive
believe.
is the motive
I
is
don't believe.
very wrong. They're okay. In political I mean in the political space, what kind of system is this one? Presidential parliamentarian governance, a big government.
It doesn't have,
What
do we,
what name do
do
we
we
call
really
this
study,
one now?
do we really do we really practice any government, any style of system, any government
So far, we
governmental
have a
system? Do we
presidential
really practice?
system. No matter
presidential system.
how messed up it
Let's
is, it is
run it the way some
presidential. Which
people
one is this one? President parliamentarian system
Well,
of government.
well,
where they
when it's
practice
convenient,
where they
people
practice the
mention
shadow government,
system.
where they
Let
practice
the
the
And
what?
shadow government, we know how they practice it. We know how they practice it. If you don't go to
I understand.
the
I
house,
understand
you
your
don't
point.
hear those
I understand
robust
your
debates,
point.
and those people are.
I understand.
I mean, you can't.
Okay. Aki and network takes your voice away.
Uncle
I
Fudge,
understand your
but
grounds and
have you
your
noticed that Pastor
legitimate
Tommy is always coming every electoral cycle with one thing or the other?
one idea or the other. That's why I don't know why you are bothering yourself. It's not as if it's going to change anything. It's not going to affect anything. I don't know why
Okay.
you are punchable in Lankisa. This kind of guy. Let him talk.
I love that.
Why? Because when you go to call your 500 this thing, you are making it into a big deal, and then the man will feel big and all that. Hey, what's it going? I don't know why you're wasting our time, energy. Okay. So, yeah. I saw the list of their so-called team, and they're just picking and there and there. And even now, Elder is supposed to be doing a list. Another was supposed to bring this, and that's what is giving you people headache. I don't know.
Textbook activists.
Yeah. Anyway, well, we have come to the end. I don't know, Takidamola. He must have been angry with everything and knocked his laptop off. Anyway, we take a short back and come back with Niger Trends. Hang in there, we'll come back. Oh my. Oh God. Party Tommy. He's giving on people headache.
Ododula Rorogbo, he keeps coming with all kinds of funny things. Since Yaradua.
Yes.
Was he not the same person in that viral video dancing behind Tinubu? Dancing offbeat. Those people, when they lose
Oh,
out from the mainstream, they now start all kinds of activism.
mm. Hey, Aki, where's that? Aki's gone off. Okay. I don't know if you have time to look at the Niger trend I sent to the group.
No, I didn't. I was held up with by call since.
Okay. Okay.
Where's my learning colleague? It's 1 week on, 1 week off.
Yes, yes, that's what she has chosen. It's the early morning waking that is our problem.
Hey, yeah.
Okay, we're going back on live.
Right, sir.
Last song was Bikumi. It's called Arike. And going on. If we get our guests, we'll talk. If we'll move on. This is Niger Trends time. Trending stories within the Nigerian space in the past few years. Yeah, you also can share your thoughts with us. What do you think about the story or your comment about our comments? The number to call is 0913 697 3485. 0913 697 3485. Bosun is still with me. Akinda, Molo, and Alex are finding their way somehow. Maybe they'll get through to us before the end of the show. I have a few stories there, Bosun. Let me read the first one. Terrible story. No story. Okay, thank God Akin is back. Number one story says Zamfara horror. Bandits feed babies to dogs. It says a chilling report from Zamfara State has shocked the nation. Lawmaker Aminu Jaji told journalists at the National Assembly that in his Kaura Namoda constituency, bandits are carrying out unspeakable atrocities, including an incident where newborn twins delivered by a kidnapped woman were fed to dogs by their captors. Over 200 attacks have been recorded in the area, with mass kidnappings, killings, and entire communities abandoned. Jaji says the people live in constant fear, displaced and ignored, despite prior promises by the ruling party to tackle insecurity. He called on President Tinubu and leaders to act swiftly, warning Zamfara's crisis could spread nationwide if unchecked. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, assures the military remains committed to fighting terror, and so on and so forth. It's the new. This is bewildering. It just somebody gave birth to twins, and for what reason? For one reason that you fed them to dogs. It's dirty.
It's barbaric. The only thing, there are two things I have to say here. One, if there's anywhere that this administration has scored very low, is the area of tackling this bandits and banditry and insurgency. There doesn't seem to be a working strategy as it stands. Maybe they are coming up with something better, and we hope they do faster, because that's what we're hearing. The news is not very palatable. That's one. The second part of it is that I'm going to do everything in my own little capacity to fight and campaign against anybody who comes to tell us or tell me that these certain persons are repentant bandits or repentant insurgents.
Yeah.
That thing is never going to fly with me. In fact, the same thing extends to churches, where they will come and somebody will come and give testimony, I'm a former armed robber, and this, that. As he's stepping down from the pulpit, just take him to prison. Because there's a way we try to look at them in the new light and we forget the atrocities they have committed. This woman whose twins, well, if the story is true, the woman will never remain the same again. So you now tell me somebody is a repentant bandit. I'm not going to take it. Never.
Yeah,
Never ever. That's one.
Bosun, you know, it's a vicious circle for me. It's they keep on pouring money down the drain, telling us that they are rehabilitating these people. Meanwhile, someone somewhere is siphoning billions from that money. And I think
And
I've not heard
recycling these people to the same place they came from.
And for some time now, I've not heard that they are rehabilitating anybody. And for me, people are still playing politics with people's life. And you said it earlier on. They started something they may not be able to stop, because some people are somewhere funding these people, really funding them, really pushing them. Do whatever you need to do to make this place ungovernable. And for me, it's no excuse for the government. For me, I would have gone out on an all-out war if I had the resources and manpower that is at the base of the government. I would have gone out with an all-out war on these people. Because how can you tell me a ragtag army is attacking a military base, killing soldiers, and the government is still sitting doing what? I would have mobilized, and I would have crushed anything in my path, because these are people that they don't have any outer of conscience around them. I've seen them on video, and you can see that those people are drugged out. They don't even know what they are doing. I mean, you cut a man's hand and you put it in your mouth. I mean, that's an animal. A man's hand and you put it in your mouth, playing it like an animal. I mean, I don't understand. Even if it was a dummy hand, it would be something, but a live hand, and it's in your mouth, and we are still looking at these people, and most of them, unfortunately, they are foreigners. Most of them, they are foreigners, because you speak a word of Hausa to them, they don't understand Hausa. Most of them are foreigners. Most of them, they understand a little bit of French. And you will, I mean, it's all out there, and I don't know what the government is doing. It's not an excuse. It's all out there. I don't know what the government is doing. I don't know why they are doing paddy with people that are making the whole. I mean, it's happening in the southwest forest already. I mean, they kidnap people and they take them into the thick forest. I mean, these people are not. They are not holding back. So why are we holding back?
Our enforcement people have to be more proactive, more. They should come down harder You know, like Bosun mentioned earlier, was it Bosun or Ale? It was Alex that mentioned that we should have weaponized technology in such a way that, I mean, look at what they claim is happening in, is it Burkina Faso or somewhere, some recent, and they were using weaponized drones to knock off these people from the hideouts and taking them out. You know, we have to be more forceful. Can't just be
Oh,
kidnapping people. I mean, every day you hear stories, same thing, and it's happening. And I mean, how do you kill? I mean, throw children to the dogs?
sir,
Why?
and those people have started using drones
It's
on their own too. Those people have started using drones on their own too.
say what?
To tell you how
They're
how
using them to,
technologically advanced
yeah,
they are.
yeah,
They are using drones already too.
you know.
They, the bandits are using drones already too. So I don't know all these things, and it's unfortunate, but we need to know
Our
this for
security architecture is largely compromised. There's
very
nobody that can
extremely,
say otherwise.
extremely, extremely. I mean, a general has come out to say the day they caught so and so, I was arrested, and because there are vested interests that are saying this thing must not go away, it must stay. I mean,
But
Wow.
if they're doing it for pecuniary gain, since all these days, she won't take by award Femi. Don't they have
it's,
enough
it's
money?
not for
Abi?
pecuniary gain.
How much are people looking for self?
They
You
want to
just
they want
create
to
problem every day.
You
they want to occupy your land. They want to do like they please. They want to occupy your land. They said they don't have any
know,
border.
sometimes,
They don't have any border. They want to occupy your
sometimes they
land. They want to do
frustrate.
it as it please.
How can we allow this kind of bondage? I mean, it's too terrifying. You know, even our police force. I was watching a video somewhere in the plateau after the unrest and all that, and the fiasco going on there. They set up their own what's it called, checkpoints, and started collecting money from people and from going and traveling and all that. They're supposed to take care of people that are already traumatized by all kinds of insurgency and killings, and you are still exploiting them. And the young man was making a video and talking about it, and the police was saying, yes, yes, go and tell commissioner, yes, yes, go and tell. I said they didn't care. I don't. I mean, we are supposed to be our neighbor's keeper,
We're
and
a special breed.
no, it's terrible. It's terrible. Well, we go on. Our second story is on the JAM issue. It says JAM apologizes for UNE errors. About 370,000 to the right. They supposedly did that yesterday with all kinds of stories again. A rare emotional moment from the JAM registrar, Professor Ishak Oloyede, who apologized in tears for technical errors that marred the 2025 UTME. He admitted that glitches affected 157 of the 887 exam centers, leading to widespread low scores and irregularities. The board confirmed that nearly 380,000 students will now retake the exam, which was slated for yesterday. Though public complaints prompted a fast-tracked review involving tech experts, vice chancellors, and education assessors. While Trust his commitment to fairness and transparency, JAM said the glitch was beyond control, but acknowledged the pain of affected students. Many parents and candidates remain anxious about trust in the system. I
Well,
understand the
this is a
logistics
very
are
regrettable.
very regrettable, very regrettable. I mean,
But I love the
for a
approach.
Yeah, yeah.
mm,
Bosun, you are correct.
The approach is very un-Nigerian. Nobody is sanctioning what has gone wrong, but it's the approach for me because the man was very. He reacted well to it. Forget the crying. I'm never moved by tears. But the fact is this: he identified the problem. He came out publicly and showed us the problem, and right on the spot also proffered a solution. That is one thing that is very un-Nigerian. I've seen people criticize and people say all kinds of things. The hilarious part of this for me is that somebody who scored very low mark, Gong, is now coming out to hide on that glitch. That's the hilarious part for me. But I mean, they've given excuses to Olodo to even say something. But apart from that, the
They
man
made
has
mouth.
acted well. The man has acted well, and I think he should be given a second chance. It's quite unfortunate that somebody with a sterling, performance like that. I think maybe that was what made him cry.
Yeah.
Him, because he's a tough man. For that kind of man to cry, some people have said it's fake tears or something, but it's not very Nigerian to come to the public and own up. And I know some people have been eyeing
Yeah.
that's his position. So that's why you see a lot of calls. The only downside of this, which I saw in news, and I saw it on two platforms, but I don't want to believe it, was when the news that said that some people were affected in the eastern part of Nigeria and that it was a gang up against the East. I think news like that should not be allowed to fly around because
A
nobody's
minister
ganging up
said that.
against any.
A minister said that. He
It
said a
was a
minister
news
said
from the.
that.
Sorry, sir, I didn't hear that. I
I
saw
thought
a
he said a
news.
minister was quoted to
No,
have
not
said
a
it.
minister. No, I saw news that some people, some Eastern elders
Yeah, yeah,
said
yeah.
that it
Okay.
was a Southern, it was a gang up against Easterners.
It's
And I'm like, what's
when,
all this nonsense?
Yes,
Bosun,
yes,
the
yes.
funny thing.
Alex also mentioned.
When the news was flying around that it was a gang up at this against Easterners, for me, when stuff like this happen, I choose to keep quiet and bid my time because I know things will unfold. Immediately, they told us that the man directly in charge of IT, that was directly in charge of the problem, was an Easterner. Everything died down again, and I said, "You see, Nigerians." We were flying a kite. Now,
I don't
for me, the jam registrar,
getting involved
he
in all
has
this
done very well.
ethnic thing.
I mean, the jam registrar has done very well. The jam has grown in leaps and bounds, and it is showing up in the results we are getting now. Because truthfully, if I use my immediate environment as a yardstick, young people are not reading again. They are not reading again. Let everybody
Yeah.
be truthful and take their immediate environment, because you can see around you. Take them as a sample of the whole, and you will see that it's a disaster. Young people are not reading again. Almost everybody wants to do Yahoo. Almost everybody wants to live the soft life, like we'll call it, and they are distracted, extremely distracted by phone, extremely distracted, going after each other as opposite sex, extremely distracted about what is happening on the social media. So they are not reading again at all. I know. Let everybody take, like I said, a sample from their immediate environment. So the man has done very well.
Okay.
He has, like I said, he has owned up. Let's move on.
Okay. Thank you. Let's move. Let's move. This is an interesting one. I like to hear Bosun's uptake on it. Is the Lagos government wants on excessive tenancy agreement fees, and this is essentially lawyers and agents. The Lagos state government has reminded residents that tenancy agreement fees must not exceed 10% of annual rent, warning landlords and agents against extortion. At the press briefing, housing advisor Barakat Odunuga Bakari urged the Lagosians to report violators, blaming unregistered agents for hiking costs. The state is also considering monthly and quarterly rent options to ease pressure on residents struggling with yearly payment. I like that so much. Is it workable, Bosun? Are monthly
Sir.
rent payments a better alternative for low-income earners?
Yes, everywhere in the world, people pay rent monthly. It's only in Nigeria. Things are always from another realm. Everywhere in the world, America, UK, people pay rent monthly because you earn salary monthly. Nobody earns money yearly. It's only in Nigeria. We always have our own version of things, and it's always the negative version of everything. Now, I think the Lagos State government needs to be hands-on. The same way Fashola came and tackled this tenancy issue. They need maybe some form of task force. And I know the government's hand is full, but they need to look into this. I'll tell you why. The people they need to address are agents, not lawyers. Lawyers only do agreements for this, and times they are even they are played down to get lower fees. Now, but that's on another side. You see these agents, they're a menace. And it's government needs to look into it and come up with strict positions, like reporting agents to the police or some authority that can take necessary punitive actions against them. This morning, I still wrote a letter for someone querying why a sitting tenant. Let me tell you what agents do in Surulere. I can speak for Surulere specifically because that's where I stay. They will go to your landlord to give you a quick notice. Upon that quick notice, then they will now tell you that, okay, they are renewing your tenancy. And then agency is now 20%. Or they tell you you pay for 2 years because there are many agents on a property. I'm paying for 1 year. I'm paying agents for 2 years. Let me tell you the downside of this. There's a woman in my church we wanted to help. We got a place for her in Idiaraba. The whole rent was 120. By the time they calculated agency, legal, and everything, that one came to 240. Rent is 120. We are paying agents 240. Like, what's going on? And that's what. So this idea of you being a sitting tenant, they give you a quick notice and then they come. It's all instigated by agents. So I think government needs to step up and look into this thing. And you know what? These agents, they don't have. If I saw a skit by a boy who said that you are telling me total package is 1.8, as if 1.8 is easy to come by. Meanwhile, you live in a family house. Some of these agents even squat. So they don't know what it is to pay for rent, and then they want to take a kill. So government needs to step up. They need that agency part. They need to look into it. It shouldn't be more than 5%. For God's sake, you look for house rent, then you're looking for money for agents again. No, it shouldn't continue.
But it's this thing is. If we are going to look into it, let's look into it holistically, because some of those people you call agents, they don't actually have anything doing, nothing. They just woke up one day and I could become an agent. They know me in my area. Yeah, they know me in my area. They will come to me and there is a house available. If you are interested and stuff like that one, they want me to, because they feel okay, someone like me and people can go through me and they will say and the most interesting part, if the landlords tells them that the tenancy is 100,000 naira, the agents jacks it up to 250, 300,000 naira because of their own agency fee.
Correct.
And the landlord saying that people will pay 300, 400, the landlord will also agree, except the person is should I say godly, or should I say have a conscience?
Yeah,
because it happens every time.
Let me tell you a story. A young man says he wants to marry, has a house, and so the agent went to the landlord that he wants to give the house to his sister. That this is how much they are paying and all that. The landlord said no problem. He wants to see the sister. So the so-called sister came. They are actually not related. That one came and said, their wedding is in by a month or so, and they want a house, 2-bedroom house to stay and all. and this is what. Oh, the landlord was he's so happy to house them. Say, okay, they should go and pay. That the money, how much did the agent tell you to pay? He said 950. The man said, no. Okay, because you are married, I think the money was around 400 or 500. He said, because you are, I want to contribute to your weddings. Go and pay 350,000. Right?
Jesus.
The agent came the following day. I started fighting with the landlord.
Yes.
He doubled the money. He doubled the money. And he will still take agency.
That story is so real. That story is so real because it happened to me a time like that. A German was housed by my father as a tenant. No, before he came in, he met me and I told him the agreement, everything. Those agents, because I was directly involved and I told him pay into my father's account. Those agents came back, started threatening the German that why should he be dealing with the landlord directly? That he will have to pay their own fees. Because
they are menace.
Yes, I walked them out of that compound. I told them, you know me, I will deal with you mercilessly. So one of them was now saying, if they want to corner the German and collect the money, they know how to collect the money. I said, oh, try it. That was the end of the case because I was involved. They were threatening this man. They actually come into his flat every day to threaten him to pay the money.
So and because they don't have work, they can so constitute a nuisance.
Yeah. Please, it's a very important thing, dear governor. Help the needy. Many people and because housing is so scarce, it's so dire time for everyone, and they exploit. The agents exploit. The lawyers also, in spite of what Bosun said, also exploit.
So some lawyers double as agents and lawyers. Then there are landlords too who don't even have agents who collect agency fees.
Yes, they do.
Oh my!
Don't have mercy. Okay.
Let's give us one or two more stories and go. This is Tinubu approves armed forest guards to tackle criminals. President Bola Tinubu has greenlit the recruitment of professionally trained armed forest guards to reclaim Nigeria's forests from terrorists and criminals. Over 1,100 forests have become safe havens for bandits. But this new initiative, jointly handled by the federal and state governments, Office of the National Security Advisor, Environment Ministry, aims to secure these areas while creating youth and employment. It will be some kind of intervention is necessary. Go into the forest and clean up this place.
Uncle Fad, does this not lend credence to the story we did last week? That the capacity of those people, the capacity of the Nigerian army is paid compared to handling this number of insurgents.
The problem.
So this speaks to the fact that the army is behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need help. Of course, they need help. How many do we have?
And this should be a test case for the state police. Nobody should go and recruit anybody from anywhere to come and gather any forest. Let those people around that place, let them be engaged.
Yes,
as far as they know the place. They know the place. Let them be engaged as the forest guards. If their forest is not safe, then it is them that will hold responsible, not anybody else. Let them be engaged as forest guards.
Okay.
Because before we know anything now, they will go and bring someone from somewhere else.
I want to be able to do Let's Rewind today. So we'll have about 5-6 minutes to do 2 stories. This is interesting. I wish Isife or Molara is here to hear some of these things with us. Rivers woman bites off lover's penis in sex dispute. In a bizarre domestic altercation in Port Harcourt, a 43-year-old woman named Gift has been arrested for allegedly biting off her lover's penis. teeth during a disagreement over sex. The woman accused her partner of using enhancers for prolonged sessions. The man was hospitalized but is in police custody as investigations continue. If it's a wife, can Bosun,
Sir.
is it a punishable? It's like fighting. It's like two fighting, and the man is apparently punishing the woman, the excessive advances and all that because of these enhancers they're using.
You see, occupied, the everything has scattered, sir. Because for me, sex is supposed to bring pleasure. But these days, there's more
Yeah.
pressure than pleasure in it. So, and I'm not trying to rhyme, but what is supposed to bring you pleasure, if it brings pressure, it's always hard to measure it. At this level, the way young people go about this sex thing sometimes is annoying. And then you wonder, is it joblessness that makes all these people do all these things? Because sometimes it's very disgusting to the ears. You're a woman, why are you biting off a man's penis? For what? Is it? All those stories are just very, very funny. But it's going to be hard because how you bring that to court and what you say. The woman has a right also because you cannot use enhancers to go and destroy the person. So the person, it's maybe it's a way of the person's alibi will be that I'm trying to save myself. That's why I had to go that route. But at the end of the day, it will just end up with settlement. And you know what's funny? Tomorrow you see them together. That's why I don't put mouth in this kind of nonsense.
Yeah,
That's the sad
that's
part
love
of
for
this
you.
thing. So
Okay,
Sex
it's
and
obvious. I mean, I, I can make a very judicious detour without into the story. Okay, let's go on. Uh, our final story today says Finland charges Simon Epa inciting terrorism. Finnish authorities have charged Simon Epa, Nigerian separatist and self-proclaimed Biafran leader, with inciting terrorism online and supporting a terrorist group. The charges relate to the activities between 2021 and 2024. While Ekpa remains in custody, denying the charges, 4 others were released for lack of evidence. Ekpa is notorious for controversial Biafra advocacy and online disinformation. Right. Yeah, we have forgotten the idea of extraditing him and all that stuff. Uh, is there an excuse for Ekpa? Boss? I've listened to some
no,
of his tirades and incendiary, very, very flammable. Is there an excuse
no
for
excuse, no
him? The
excuse. But
agitation.
let me just tell you, Fudge, let me tell you the truth. You see these boys, they use these things to make money. That's just it. There's a cheap avenue to make money for them. All this nonsense they do. They are very selfish. You've seen Kanu, you've seen how he's gone about these things. They don't have, unfortunately, they're working on the tribal sentiments of, their praise. But the fact remains that their motive is 101% selfish and it's pecuniary. And it's for them, not for the people they claim they are fighting for. So whatever laws that can rein them in, I support it and let them go.
Yeah, but for me, they should just bring the guy. They should bring the guy down. They should bring the guy down to Nigeria. Let him come and face the music in Nigeria. All those finish this thing is because he has been throwing stones from Finland.
Is there any,
He has been throwing stones. Let
music
him come
to
and face
face?
the music in Nigeria. Yeah, because he has been
for 4 years.
inciting.
I haven't seen anything.
People, and he has been inciting people from Finland in Nigeria. He has been inciting people. He has been giving people instructions. So let him come and face the music in Nigeria. Let him come and let Nigeria come and happen to him.
It's always easy to throw stones from afar. Yes, sir.
Very.
I think you can agitate without inflaming nerves and demarketing your environment. Yes, you don't. I think we have a call. I hope the line is working. Hello. Good morning. Titi Lokwe from Ikeja. Good morning. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
Right now, some started like the Sunday.
Hmm.
Nobody should refer to these people as rockstars. They are not rockstars, they are professional, they are technologically savvy, and they are on top and ahead of the Nigerian military. That
Hmm.
is it. And one of the truth is that Nigerian military, Nigerian that they won't bind this equipment. Let them stop being politicians, let them stop being entrepreneurs, let them see the military that is alone.
Hmm.
That's what. On the DSA, I disagree with you. There are people about the government, starting government just a matter of nomenclature. It's not a nomenclature. And you look at the new semantics of shadow government in the division where they practice parliamentary system. It's simply opposition. You have opposition in the presidential system. The answer is yes. But you have any opposition party right now? Yes, you have. But they are in trouble.
They're in trouble.
They are in
Yeah.
trouble because
Hmm.
you have people believe the APC has induced Wahala in their camp and they are not even gathered together
Hmm.
for them to fight out all front against the government. But nothing is wrong. If myself, if the media, any organization, if any individual, as a private individual, come up and say something against what the government is saying, it's not a crime. There's freedom of expression, there's freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Everybody has the right to have dissenting opinion. So what the government is doing is authoritarian. It is just because the government is unpopular. And because of the unpopularity of the government, they know what that can cause them in terms of an election. And that cannot anyway stop the hunger in the land. That cannot in any way stop the educated people are going through. That cannot in any way stop unemployment. Rather, the government should focus on good governance and instead of going after people who they consider as opponents. Then on JAM, number one, my conversation on JAM is that should JAM be allowed to be or not? I don't believe there's anything like JAM. JAM is useless, it's not needful, and to allow people to get into the university. You know, about 20 people in the university, doing like an accommodate everybody and if anybody they think is qualified to be their student. You have to go through JAM because of the exam system and university people are from this side, educational disadvantage, this and that. That's a lot of people, the position of good in their life. Imagine a student who got 230 because of where he came from. And now for that because of somebody who got 180, all in the name of catchment area. All of this is mediocrity. No official can go with this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Titi Lokwe. Thank you, Titi Lokwe, for sharing your thoughts on JAM, on the DSS face off with Tommy, and on the issue of banditry and military attacks. Aki, well, the Titi Lokwe has spoken his mind, and he agree with some of your points and disagree with it. But that's what it is. It's a freedom of speech. Thank you so much. I, I, I want to move on to Let's Rewind. There's this piece I've been trying to play for 3 weeks. So please oblige me to move on. Gentlemen and ladies, this is our Let's Rewind. This is our way of honoring the legacies of our great entertainers. Every other month it ought to be, but we haven't had it for some time. We call it the chartbusters of yesteryears, music that eventually became national anthem when they were released. Today we visit the year 2009, and here is the first one. Bong 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 by Da Green, the late Da Green. All right, all right, The green. Bong, 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 bong. Onenu big bong, 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 bong. Here's another. Kokoroko Kefe featuring Timaya. No. Do you even listen? Do you dance to music at all, Aki?
I do. My children make me do dance. I like listening to music, but my children make me dance.
They do. Forty-four. 47. 47. 33. Plus 3. 6. 14. 1, 2, 3. So 4. That's 10. I believe Port Harcourt couple, Efe, Auntie Maya, with Kokoroko, a 2009 staple. Here's another one. Terry G, Madness.
Hmm. That was the ancestor of what was this guys? Our present this thing now. That was his ancestor.
Who's that? Oh, okay, she Portable.
Portable, yeah, that's the ancestor of Portable. That was the ancestor of Portable.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Oh my. Singing marijuana live on, and
Yeah.
it's oh, wow. Nary free madness. He has ranting jazz, ranting nonsense. Oh my. That's Terry G for you. Where's the guy now? Terry G. I can say the ancestor of Portable, and it's virtually an apt description. Uh, well, we are talking about let's rewind back to 2019. In fact, it was such a prolific year that we're having part 1 and 2. Hopefully, next week we'll be able to play the part 2 of this. That playing for you is Terry G, Free Madness. The next is One Day Cole featuring the band, and it's titled You Bad. You weren't. It's 5 minutes. So this is ending now about. Um, 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 Well, we have to take a leave. Our last entry for today on Let's Rewind is a Banky W with Strong Tin, 2009 offering. S- When you're passing, you should bend.
Okay, okay,
They are blocking the camera.
okay.
I will soon introduce it for your followers. Strong in Banky W doesn't want to give us double trouble. It's our time to say bye, unless if is around to say our final word today. I mean, this morning on this show.
Goodbye to everybody. We'll off to hear and see all from you next week. Enjoy your week.
By the grace of God. Thank you. Okay. Your final word this moment.
Yeah. Let everybody have a wonderful weekend, and keep watch. Keep watch. The town is not smiling nowadays, so keep watch. Keep watch over your loved ones. Keep watch over yourself, and God bless everybody.
Yes, a wise saying from Akindamola Adeboye. Be vigilant for the sake of yourself and your loved ones. The town is not smiling. The street is not smiling. It is well, oh. Hmm.
It is well.
It is well. Are we safe?
Yes, you are safe.
Well, as we often say here, be genuinely nice to people around you every day and do good as best as you can afford it. So we say, in the voice of Banky W, stay blessed and have a great weekend. Thank you, Aki. Go.